Hello, Anna Brooks here, and welcome to today's audio blog, 5 Success Lessons You Can Learn from Angelina Jolie. Now, this was written a little while ago, so obviously her and Brad Pitt are no longer together now. However, it really doesn't change the point of the blog. I just thought I would update that at the beginning so that you don't get confused thinking that I don't know what the latest is, I guess. Not that it matters. All right, here we go. She's spectacular. Love her or hate her, chances are you feel one way strongly. Personally, for me, it has always been love. From a young age, I was mesmerized by Angelina Jolie. Her huge eyes and lips that on most people would look ridiculous, her presence and acting diversity, her ability to control the media to her whim, and most importantly, her insistence on living according to her design, no one else's. With this, there are 5 huge lessons in success that I've learned from Angelina Jolie, and here they are. Number 1. Do not apologize for being yourself, especially in the public eye. From her young years as a dark and moody rebel, scandals with kissing her brother, etc., Angelina was always in the spotlight and not necessarily for the best reasons. But she was unapologetic. She was raw, uncensored, and determined to do it her way. She lived with passion, didn't hide her obsession with knives from anyone. In fact, she reveled in it. And the best part? It hasn't ruined her in any way. She grew up, she caused more scandals, and despite all of this, she is now still a part of arguably one of the most influential power couples in the world, juggling her acting career with her partner and children and constant work with the UN. If we could all take a leaf from her book, it would be this: don't ever apologize for being yourself. We all have our journey to travel, and we definitely have our own mistakes to make and learn from. If you're going to try and slip in unnoticed and just be as vanilla as you can so you don't upset anyone, well, you'll only end up upsetting everyone when you finally crack and explode. I have to say, this one takes a little while for some of us. For me personally, when I started out online, I was a little hesitant about sharing too much. What if it was seen as self-obsessed or oversharing? But with time came strength and also wisdom. If I am not putting myself out there honestly and fully, then how will my readers know that I am the real thing? People can't connect with an image as well as they can with the person. And especially when it comes to self-development and achieving your best life, you can't put on a show and expect people to follow along for long. No one needs another fiction story. They need the real thing. So be you, warts and all. The more you are public, the more this applies. By all means, if you're a celebrity, then keep some parts private as your life is already so public. But for the rest of us, it is just this. Be you and don't apologize for it. Number 2, follow your inner guidance even if everyone else is going to judge you for it. Angelina Jolie has always owned her decisions. From a young age, she knew what felt right for her and what didn't, and she didn't let others sway her. When she was very young, she chose to become estranged from her father, Jon Voight, even though many believed he was her ticket to fame. She chose to use her mother's name instead and refused to work in any films he was involved in. This is a situation I know many of us are familiar with, having a strong feeling about a particular family member and either wanting or not wanting them in your life. Everyone has an opinion on this, and unfortunately, when it is so personal, everyone will want to tell you what a horrible person you are being if that happens to be their opinion. Angelina chose to step out on her own, despite what everyone around her thought. She knew she wanted to make a name for herself on her own, and to also separate herself from her father, whom she believed had let her down too many times. Yes, she eventually decided it was the right time to attempt to reconcile, and hence she agreed to take on a role starring alongside him. One guess what that movie is. Hint, it's every teenage boy's fantasy, haha. And that was her choice, to have him back in her life. And then she chose later to change her mind again because of further actions on his part that she didn't approve of. More on that in the next point. But the thing is, she wasn't afraid to be true to herself. Regardless what anyone thought of her, she knew what was right. I barely need to mention the other event in her life that she was judged most harshly for, and probably by some still to this day. Did she steal Brad? Did she not? Can anyone ever really be stolen? So many questions. But the point is, it happened. Her and Brad fell in love and started a life together, coincidentally close to the time that he and Jennifer Aniston ended their marriage. The world was divided. Team Ange or Team Jen. Everyone had an opinion and everyone had a team, all about someone that 99% of those people had never even exchanged a hello with, let alone someone they could claim to know. Through all of this, she maintained her stance, that she was focused on her future with Brad. She refused to fuel the fire that was set in motion. We could learn a thing or two from that. Most of us never have to deal with such intense scrutiny, hate, and pressure. But even if you did, it can be done. If you know you are doing the right thing by you, you can hold your head high and with confidence. I mean, a decade on, and she is hardly still known as a homewrecker, is she? Number 3, don't be afraid to change yourself as much as you desire. There are a few people in history who have pulled off incredible transformations. And I'm not talking Kylie or Madonna trying to reinvent themselves only to continue making the same type of music to the same niche with the same style. No, I'm talking people who truly conquered what it means to become a completely different person. Angelina Jolie is one such person. For her years as a dark vixen strutting around, getting all the tabloid attention, to a truly talented and respected actor, to a homewrecker, and now to a mother of a small tribe of children, and partner to another talented actor, active UN ambassador, and someone who essentially owns and can manipulate the media to her will. She has come a long way. It can be hard sometimes to think back to the rough, knife-loving partner of Billy Bob when you compare her to her present persona of a collected, eloquent, and charismatic woman who stands for all measures of integrity and family. Why was it so effortless for her to make this transition? Why has it not been denied from her like so many other attempts at a transformation? Simple. She was never afraid to be exactly who she is and know that she can change whenever she feels like it. And we can do the same. We can choose that today I'm no longer the person I was yesterday. Whether it is that you no longer accept laziness from yourself when it comes to your goals, or you refuse to accept your partner treating you like less than you deserve. The point is, you decide that you are changing, and everyone else had better buckle up because hell or high water, you're doing it anyway. You don't need anyone's permission, and if they don't really respect it, yet then who gives a shit? They will have to eventually because you're making it happen anyway. How long do you think Angelina Jolie had to deal with the backlash of her and Brad? For us, not involved, it felt like years. How long do you think it felt for her? But she continued in her new role as mother, UN ambassador, and loving partner to Brad, until eventually everyone had run out of ammunition and accepted that she actually was different. So change when you want and don't wait for the okay from anyone else. Number 4, give back as much as you receive. Simple but important. Angelina would not have gotten half as much success as she has had she not made the effort she has to give back. To travel the world helping the less fortunate, proving her capacity for love is more than big enough to raise a family of not only biological but also adopted children. We come into this world with nothing, and we will leave with nothing. So despite all that you accumulate, the only thing you can take with you is your emotions. Will they be happy ones, filled with pride for all that you've done and changed the world in your own way? Or will they be regret and wishing you had done things differently? I guarantee you that if you did leave this world feeling like you made a difference by doing what you are passionate about, then you will feel pride. It means something different to everyone, but always give all you can, especially your passion. If it is your true life purpose, you can never have enough of it, and you will never run out of the desire to change the world with your craft. Give so that you may receive the greatest thing in return, pride in yourself. Number 5, don't fall for the trap of trying to be normal. Be yourself and be damn proud. Angelina Jolie has never been normal. She never fit a typical celebrity profile, not when she was weird and kooky and not now. If somebody had told her that she couldn't have a loving relationship with the other greatest known actor of her time and a huge family with him and continue both their careers and help change the future for millions of third world children, well, she wouldn't have listened, would she? Because yes, it isn't normal. It isn't what most celebrities do. But why should that mean it isn't possible? Just because all your friends are settled in their careers and have their progress all mapped out for the next 20 years doesn't mean you have to. Just because everyone in your family was married and having kids by 30 doesn't mean you have to. There is no such thing as normal, only the average. And does that sound like much fun? We talk up this idea of normal like it exists, like it makes us sane, good, worthy. But all that is normal is the average of something. And who wants to be average? So let it go now. Screw normal. Screw what others say you should be doing. What is realistic? You get to decide your reality. And if you're not crazy excited about it, then why bother anyway? You're the one who's going to have to wake up every morning and live your life. So it's your call. Will it be the normal like everyone else wants for you? Or will it be your dream life exactly the same way you want it? Because it's totally your call. But don't fall for that trap of trying to be normal and not push the boundaries. Screw the average. Why not be the anomaly at the top of the bell curve? That's the one that always gets talked about anyway, isn't it? The one that is so intimidating, it is often taken out of the results section so as not to mess up the other averages, right? So let's be that one. Special, not normal. And the biggest point I've learned from Angelina Jolie so far? Just to live your life to the fullest. Chase your dreams with abandon and don't hold back. Just imagine what you could achieve if you did that. Can you even imagine? Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Live life on purpose.